I made over $210,000 in sales in just over 6 months while still living in my parents' house. Like real shit, there's too many people misspreading information out there. So from bro to bro, I'll just tell you everything I did from how I found the product to how I launched it to how I scaled it and turned it into a full-fledged brand and even how I sold it for 5 figures. Cause like you guys, I'm just, a normal kid, bro. I still live in my parents' house. Like literally this is my room. I still do chores around the house and dishes and all that. Like I'm just like you guys. There's nothing, literally nothing different between us except that I made enough mistakes to know what not to do. So like I won't be gatekeeping anything. So if you guys want to see what I did to find and launch this product, just keep on watching. But before we get into it, I have to show you the revenue breakdown. So I'm going to show you how much I'm spending on the cost of goods and what the total net profit is. As you guys can see, we launched this brand in about January. And in terms of net profit, our margins are extremely good since I did not pay a dime for ads. It was all organic. Here we made around 160,000 in total revenue from this store. And we spent around $60,500 on the cost of goods to ship the product to the customers. So our average profit margin was like around 63%, which is actually insane considering most people who do Facebook ads only walk away with like 15 to 20% profit margins. So really with organic, you just literally have to make videos that go viral, which I will teach you how to do soon. And you can make half the amount in revenue as someone who does ads and still walk away with like the same profit, which is crazy, all right? So we're not going to waste any time at all. We're going to get straight into it and talk about how actually I grew this brand and what I did. So my brand stems from e-commerce, specifically organic dropshipping. And you guys should already know what that is, but it's basically just a business model where I ship my products from China all the way to the customer's door without actually seeing the product myself. So I don't need to hold any inventory like most brands do. But organic dropshipping is the same thing, just without paying for Facebook ads. You just literally take your personal phone and for a few hours every day, film and post them on social media. And when they go viral, people visit your website. So like it's literally free ads. So when it comes to finding a product, it's one of the most important things for the whole process. But since you probably already know that, I'm just going to talk about how exactly I found this product and the criteria I usually look for. And I won't be going to sit here and just say, oh, find a problem-solving product. I mean, it's true in a way, right? But you already know all that stuff. But if you don't know where's the best places to look, it makes it 100 times harder. So like I said before, it has to be a problem-solving product that really has a wow factor because you really want to dive into the demographic of your customer, right? They're just going to be scrolling on their phone and they will see your video pop up, but it has to be a thought out product that grabs their attention instantly and is instantly understood what it does or what it is. Like for example, a fidget spinner. If you're scrolling on TikTok and you see someone trying to sell a fidget spinner, why the frick would you buy that, right? It really has to appeal to them and resonate with them and make them think like, holy crap, I need it so bad that I'm willing to click a few buttons and buy it right now. You really need to think from your customer's perspective. Something being cool is not enough. It has to be, holy crap, I need this. Or something like, this will make my life so much easier. And I know this is super basic info and all the gurus talk about it, but no one really explains like why this is important and the psychology behind it. Because just look, when you guys are just scrolling on your phone like mindless zombies, observe your own behavior. Like you're scrolling the second something is not interesting to you anymore, past the next video. So think of how fast people are scrolling and think, will this product be enough to make them stop scrolling, go out of their dopamine loop, and go put their credit card information and buy it? 99% of the time, it will be a no. It has to usually be something that either solves a problem, makes their life easier in a real way, or something that a niche is very passionate about and can't usually get in like stores like Target or Walmart. And of course, the more satisfying or wow factor your product has, the easier it will be to go viral and make sales with. And of course, you can still sell products that aren't super viral and controversial, But to compensate, you will have to have better videos that are just more satisfying and more entertaining. But anyways, I'm sure you already hear that too. We're just gonna breeze past that. So in order to find products specifically for this one, I was just scrolling on my Instagram and TikTok doing the burner method, which I'm sure by now you have heard of. And I'll put some videos on the screen right here, but it's literally just a method where you go and make a new Instagram or TikTok and you interact with just videos that are dropshipping videos. And then you'll eventually just get a bunch of products on your For You page. And I was scrolling and I saw this product and I was like, oh, it's kind of solves a problem, a really big problem. There's a really big hole in the market. And it was also very controversial automatically just because of what the product was, which means easy virality. It also has to not cost too much to source. And I was like, hallelujah. I think I found a winner. Let's try it. And honestly, this method is probably one of the best ones out there, but this was almost a year ago. Now I do the same thing, but I actually try to ignore all the dropshipping videos. I know you would think, why the heck would you do that? Well, at the same time, while not engaging with dropshipping videos, I would just engage with Chinese product videos or even regular videos that people are making in their house with the product, but anything but not dropshipping videos. So I'll put up on the screen some examples, but this works super well because right now everyone is seeing the same products over and over again. So to see different ones, you just engage with Chinese product videos, and it's literally like going to the source, right? Like, why would you drink dirty, contaminated tap water when you can drive a few minutes and find a local spring where it's the core? So all the products dropshippers find come from China. So yeah, you should definitely tap into that strategy. So the second I saw this product, I literally ordered it the same day through Amazon so I can get it delivered faster before others find it. And I started making videos for it ASAP because the most important thing with dropshipping and really any business is taking action. Like, you can't just sit there doing nothing, jerking off. Like, you guys really need to get up and take action. So I got up out of my bed and immediately started making videos for it, just filming it being used. And then about 2 weeks later, after filming 2 videos per day, I went viral on one of my videos. So I quickly made the website so I don't lose sales. The Shopify theme I use mostly is Shrine. It has most of the things you need already built in, but really you should test the different themes yourself and see which works best for you. But I got up from my bed and actually took action and made the videos and edited them and researched content and made the website. You definitely won't want to overcomplicate the site at all. You want to just steal content you see online, edit it a bit, put it on your site, and just make it very, very brief. Most people overcomplicate the website part and try to perfect everything, like the logo needs to be perfect. But in reality, it's just not as important as long as you have a decent site up there to see if you're making some good sales. I'm not saying make some horrible trash looking website. Creating the site is very easy. Just don't waste too much time on that. So I built the site and started making videos for it. I would just find other competitors that are testing the same product and copy their videos that went viral with over 100K views. Whether it's the lighting or the angle or adding more controversy to spark more comments, I film the videos and edit them on CapCut and usually write the same caption and use the same music as the competitor made in their viral videos, and then post it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and all that. Now we're moving into the most important part, which is the videos. You see, aside from the product, which is the most important, the second most important after that is how good you made your videos. Because if you just make regular boring videos where the sound doesn't match the vibe, there's too much extra time where nothing is happening in the videos, and the lighting is so bad that you can barely see anything, it most times won't help even if you have a good product you know. So like I was saying, don't put too much time into your website. It's less important than your actual videos. So let me just go ahead and list a few things that make a video go viral very easily. The first being a visual hook. A visual hook could just mean fast-paced, satisfying clips. The second thing is Text hooks. A text hook could just mean a hook or a text on the video itself, like a caption that insinuates that something is coming towards the end, or a payoff is going to come that the viewer will actually want to watch till the end of the video. The third aspect is good transitions. A transition, just making it smooth and not choppy. The fourth aspect is a good background. Now, obviously, just have it clean and not cluttery, or that matches the vibe that you're going for that video. The fifth aspect is good controversy. Now, good controversy, I misspelled it. You see, that's just proof that I could misspell things and still make tens of thousands of dollars every month. And that school is not so necessary. But good controversy basically just means sparking comments, having something in the background or saying something that will spark controversy in the comments, make people want to share it, etc. The sixth aspect is current trending sounds. Now, current trending sounds just means they have to be current. That's why I added that word. Current just means that they're not like old. It's even if they have a million videos to that sound on TikTok, it doesn't matter. It has to be current. Now, I'm going to go more into depth about that later. The seventh and last aspect is making clips that match the sound. This is very important because it makes a video easier to watch rather than a video that doesn't match the clips at all and the beats don't match up with the clip transitions. I'll explain and get into that later. So now let's get more into detail about how to find good products and make the best videos so they go viral more often, and then how to sell and make sure you're getting sales. Because with organic, it's really not luck at all. A lot of people think that it's luck going viral, but really it's all about skill and entertainment and knowing your audience. Yes, it's true that there is some aspect of luck involved, but imagine it's literally like rolling a dice. Every time you get a 6, you get a viral video, and you would think that that's just luck. But imagine if you make better videos and your skill of videos gets better, then you could add more 6s to your dice. This way you have more chances of rolling a 6. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly what criteria fit in to find the perfect product. Now here we're going to go into detail. The first thing is wow factor. So the product, it has to be a holy shit. A cool won't cut it. So if you're scrolling through and you're like, cool, and it's not like, holy crap, I need that, then it's not good enough. You have to, I know some things you think it's cool, but you just have to put it aside. For example here, the pizza slider. If you've ever seen it, I have it right here. Basically slides your pizza. That's like, holy crap, what? I've never seen that. It makes your life so much easier. But really, it doesn't meet other criteria, which we'll get into that later. This is a really big wow factor product. You can see they go viral super easily. The next criteria, solves a problem or provides value. So solves a real problem without being able to say, I can do the same thing with ... and or provides value like entertainment, right? Making them look or feel better, etc. So this just means you're providing value to your customer, something that will actually make their life better. Now you might think like the Pocket Arcade, if you've ever heard of it. It's some sort of small, basically Nintendo copy that has a bunch of like 30,000 games on it. And that you would think, does that solve a problem? Well, the problem it solves for the customer is entertainment, which that's also a problem. An example I found is Zawheel, right? So if we go to the Zawheel, you can see right here, basically it rolls your weed. You put your weed in there or your cheese, and then you roll it up and it makes your life like super easy. Now this would be for people, beginners, stuff like that, but it actually solves a problem, it makes your life easier, as you can see here. And then you just roll it up and you open it and it's all rolled for you. So it makes people's life easier. And this product alone made like 300K plus. So the third criteria is a passionate niche. Now it has to be in a niche that is really passionate. For example, the Spidey mask. If you've ever seen that product, it's just a Spider-Man mask that blinks. I'm going to show it to you right here. So you can see here, you have a little ring remote and the Spider-Man mask blinks, which is really cool. This product alone did over $500,000 in sales with all organic. So this is a perfect example of passionate niche. Why did it sell so much? Because it's in a passionate niche. Does it solve a problem? Not really, right? but it does provide value to the customer where it makes them look like Spider-Man. So think about it that way. Now, some things don't have to have a clear problem solution or provide value, but they have to be at least in a passion niche. So it's either or. Now, the fourth criteria does not look super generic, like something you can just buy on Amazon, right? If it's like some random cool matches that have a different color, or it's like a rag, then that can be super generic. For example, I have here the egg flipper. If you've ever seen it, it's literally just a double-sided egg flipper that you can flip your eggs. Now, in nature, this is super controversial already because not everyone actually flips their eggs. It's super generic, right? It's a kitchen product. Aside from that, most kitchen products are very generic, and I would steer away from kitchen products, and also that's very generic. So the fifth aspect is not a showcase product. A showcase product is one that doesn't really do anything, right? It just basically sits there while you film it. For example, you have posters, right? Obviously, you can do cool things with posters and with showcase products that just sit there and don't do anything, and you have to just film them. And you could get a lot of virality with those and make a lot of money with them, but they're less likely to make you the big bucks, 100, 200, 300K plus. So an example here is Pooh. If you know Pooh, they created plushies of Pooh. So you see me waiting for us to hang out again. That's hilarious. So this is just a showcase product, and someone took it. This was actually my account, by the way, but someone took it and made funny videos with it. Like, it's just a plushie. And I ended up making $15,000 in revenue from this product, and other people made over 100K if you were the first guy running it. It's not the big bucks, you know? You want to focus on what is worth your time. So that's it for the perfect product. Now, there are some other small aspects that are a bit less important, like profit margin. You have to make sure that it has a high perceived value, so people think and it looks very expensive, but really it's very cheap for you to produce. This way, whenever you sell a product that's $100, you're making $80 instead of selling a product that you sell for 20 and you only make 10, right? So that's a big difference right there. Another one is if you can even film it yourself, right? If it's like a dog product for pets, why would you even run it yourself? Because you can't even film it. You don't have a pet, right? So that's a quick brief rundown for finding the perfect product specifically for organic, right? This is if you're making your own videos and you don't really want to pay money for ads. This way the startup costs are like super low, basically zero. You're just ordering the product to your house and filming with your phone. Okay, now here's exactly how to make good videos more in depth. So first off, lighting. You gotta make sure that your area is lit up correctly. I have an example right here. This is bad lighting. You can barely see the person, and this is good lighting. You could see the person very well. Now, usually I would buy a softbox from Amazon. They're pretty cheap, like $30, $40, or even use a ring light and just put it behind the camera, aiming towards the subject or whatever you're filming. The second part is just smoothness. You got to make sure that the clips are smooth. You're not shaking. You're not moving too quickly. Good transitions. The transitions between different shots are also good. So it's not too abrupt. The scene change is not too quick, and the lighting is not totally different, and the color is not totally different. Make sure it's on pace. Text, font, and size. Now I have another example right here. This you can barely read. What even is this font, right? Boom. Suddenly it's so much easier to read. You can breeze through it super quickly. Now, when it comes to the fonts on CapCut that I use, always use Classic. It's the best one. Just the default one. As you add a text box, the default one is the best. When it comes to sizing, you can see right here, you can barely read it, you don't understand, and this is good. Good spacing between everything. Make sure that the text is not too small, not too big on the captions of the video, and it doesn't span all the way. It's not like one long line that you can barely even read because it's so small. Just make sure everything is just neat. Next, we have a clean background or a niche background. Now, obviously, a clean background, here's a bad example. This is just a random funny example, but if you film this with the product behind, people will just comment about how bad your setup is. And it will also get less views if you're not really trying with your background. And here's a good example. Like if you had this and you would film basically any product, you will probably get more views than usual. Now, when it comes to the niche, if you're, let's say, filming for a Spider-Man mask, like I showed you before, then you obviously would want to have like some sort of nice poster in the background of Spider-Man and show as if you're like a kid that you're into Spider-Man, and maybe you have on your computer desktop, have it in the background, or on the laptop, have like Spider-Man gameplay playing, or like some sort of clip from a movie, and gear that background towards the theme as if you're someone who's into that product yourself, because then you're gonna get and gear towards that audience, and instantly you're gonna catch their attention while they're scrolling. Last part of great visuals is camera settings. Always make sure your iPhone is on 4K 60 FPS for the videos. You can see right here, 4K 60 FPS always. Make sure you go into the settings and change it that this is the default, so you don't have to change it each time as well. For your good video, you need great sound. The first aspect, your sound needs to match the vibe or the niche itself, right? So for example, if you have a product that's sad, let's say you're filming videos for your grandpa's ashes, right? You wouldn't put like some happy song on it. Like if you go on TikTok and you search up scary songs with funny sounds, you're actually gonna realize that everything is about the sound itself. Everything is about the sound, and it adds emotion to everything that you're doing. If you watch a creepy movie at the movie theater with like happy, funny, giggly sounds, then you're not gonna enjoy it, and it's gonna be the weirdest experience of the world. So make sure the song matches the vibe or the niche as well. If you're doing Spider-Man, it could be a Spider-Man song. Like I said before, it instantly targets that niche. Second, clips synced with the song. Now, this is not necessary, but make sure that the clips themselves are synced with the song. So if you have a song that has a lot of beats and is very fast-paced, then the clips as well should be the same thing. Next is trending song. Make sure the song is definitely trending. If the song matches very well, it does not have to be trending, and you could still go viral with a non-trending sound, but it definitely helps. The reason it helps is because imagine TikTok has new videos coming out and thousands of videos are coming out with this new sound, and then you make a video with it. Why would they not push yours as well? Because they know that the sound is working for other people, so they would push yours out as well. Okay, the third aspect is emotions and entertainment. Now, your video needs to be emotional or entertaining. It needs to feel that emotion, right? Like movies. For example, if you watched a movie and every 3 minutes someone would jump in the scene and say, hey, just to let you know, you're really watching a movie. This is all fake. It's all staged. We spent millions of dollars producing this, but it's all really fake. Then you would not enjoy the movie at all. Like, you would literally each time remember that it's not a movie. Same thing with people and customers who are scrolling on their phone. If something is for 1 second not entertaining them or doesn't keep them in your video or in the loop, meaning if it doesn't spark any emotion in them, or it's not entertaining one bit, what reason do they have to watch it? So it's the same like watching a movie and someone popping in and telling you it's a movie. Next, or be really entertained. If they're really entertained, it doesn't have to feel emotion. Just make sure it's a very entertaining video. Now let's move on to the last part of what makes a video very good is the hook. The hook is just the first 3 seconds of the video, which actually is the most important part, because everyone says don't judge a book by its cover, but it doesn't matter because everyone really does it. And when you say judge a book by its cover, it means judge a video by its hook. Because with TikTok, you don't actually have a thumbnail. You don't have a picture that you can see before. It just straight up shows you the video itself. So that's why the hook is the most important. Now, I would say today, people's attention span is so low, the hook is not 3 seconds anymore. It's probably even 1 second. If you look over one of your friend's shoulders in high school or something and you see how fast they scroll, each video they scroll for way less than 3 seconds if they don't like it. Like your brain instantly recognizes. That's how smart our brain is. So what's more important than those 3 seconds is literally the first 1 second, right? So that's even more important. Now, aside from that, what makes a good hook? It could be, like we spoke about before, it could be visual, like we spoke, let's go all the way way up here. So a good hook, obviously you need good lighting, smoothness, good transitions, a good text and font size. If any of these don't match well, your video has less chances and less likelihood of actually going viral and reaching the right audience, because who would want to watch it if it's actually not entertaining? Now, if you don't want to pay for ads, you have to learn all these things, and it'll just take trial and error. For the hook, if you're doing a product, it could be using the product itself, because obviously, like I said before, it needs a wow factor. Like we said in the product criteria, it needs a wow factor. So if your product has a wow factor, the first 1 to 3 seconds, you could just show the product itself and what it does or how it works, and then you could transition to like unboxing it, right, or whatever. But the hook is the most important, just know that. So usually I would spend planning a video like 5 to 10 minutes per video, just planning it, what video I would do, what the caption would be, what I would be filming, sometimes what the music would be as well. And I would spend 80% of that time just thinking of a hook. That's where your time is best spent. Because if you catch a customer in the first 3 seconds of the video, you probably have them to the 7th second, right? And if you have them to the 7th second, you probably have them till the end of the video anyways. So the hook is the most important. Okay, so now that you know how to make decent videos, the best thing to do is just trial and error. Just keep filming and filming and filming, and eventually your videos will improve. Now, let's get into the juicy stuff, how to actually make more money on top of the money that you're making right now. How to increase your CVR and why it's so important. If you don't know already, CVR just means conversion rate. That just means how many people are visiting your website versus how many are actually buying. So if you have a 10% conversion rate, that means 100 people are visiting your website and 10 people are buying your product, which a 10% conversion rate, especially with organic dropshipping, is insane. It's never heard of, actually. I've never heard of that. Usually you should expect between like 0.1 up until like 3% conversion rate for organic. It's so important because you can literally triple your current sales with the same amount of people visiting your website. Imagine if you had a 1% conversion rate, that means you would make one sale every 100 visitors. If you had a 2% conversion rate, the same 100 visitors would be 2 sales, which is like you're basically doubling your money. The most important things to increase your conversion rate is, first off, a simple ass website, which just means pop-ups, colors. Make it simple. Don't overcomplicate the website. Don't add a bunch of different pop-ups and different colors. Try to keep it simple with maximum 2 colors, maximum 3 if you're including the background, the white, whatever. And try to not have too many pop-ups, too many buttons everywhere. The second aspect is find best pricing. So just split test. Split testing just means you're testing different things at the same time. So for 1 week, you're gonna test $44.99 for your product. The next week, you're gonna test $39.99, and you're gonna see which week did you got a similar amount of visitors, but which week did you actually make more sales overall? Even though you charged less, 1 week you charged 43 and 1 week you charged 39, you still might end up making more money overall if you charge less money, because it'll make more people want to buy it. Third aspect is bundles. Definitely you have to add bundles. This is, for example, buy 2, get 10% off. Or you could add another option, buy 3, get 20% off. And this incentivizes people to buy more of your product. Imagine if one person visits and he wants to buy 2, he wouldn't think of that firsthand. But if you already offer right in front of their face, buy 2, get 10% off, they're gonna be more incentivized to buy 2 of them. Another aspect is upsells. This is so important. It could make you millions of dollars, literally just upsells. So this just means product upsells. A product upsell just means like a checkbox before you check out, or under the add to cart button, you have a checkbox where you click it and it adds another product that would go very well with your existing product. So for example, you're selling a Spider-Man mask. If you're selling a Spider-Man mask, what else would someone who's buying a Spider-Man mask want to buy with that? A perfect example is like a web shooter. Right? Imagine wearing a web shooter that shoots webs and it sticks, like the end is sticky, and you could pull things with it. That is perfect for whoever's buying a Spider-Man mask because they're into Spider-Man. Why would you not sell them that as well? If you could add that product for $9.99 or for $14.99, people will just click it and you're gonna make more money for free because you already have the customer's money. Why not just soak them dry and add more products for them to buy more? Second is shipping protection. Now, this is what shipping protection should look like. It's a checkbox near your add to cart button. You would say, yes, add shipping protection to my order, and it's usually like $1.99 or $2.99. This is a bit expensive, depends on your product. You can type here, for example, protects your order from loss, theft, or damage during shipping, right? And then people will be more likely to click it, and you just literally made an extra free $4 for free. Because if a customer doesn't get their product, you would refund them anyways. So why not just add this option for free? The third thing when it comes to upsells is express shipping. If you're not charging express shipping, you're losing out on even more money. Now imagine you have a customer, you're charging them shipping for free, totally free. You're not even charging them for it. And for the same amount of time that it would take to get their product, you can add express shipping even though it doesn't actually come faster. You could just respond to them faster through email, or you could tell your supplier, hey, please ship this a little bit faster if you could, but really you're not doing anything different. And you could charge an extra $2.99, $4.99 for this express shipping, or allegedly, right, express shipping, and it could make you a lot of extra money. Last part of upsells, and there's a lot of them. There's way more that I could say right now, but we can get into that later in another video. But mystery box. Mystery box alone made me almost $8,000 in revenue, which is insane. Actually, it was probably even 10K in revenue. A mystery box is just as it sounds, a mystery box. The customer, same thing as the product upsell, they check it before they check out. It's like a checkbox or a check mark, whatever, or a switch, and it adds it to their cart. Now you could charge $14.99 for it. You could charge $29.99, and you could give them an extra product that could also go well with the product that you're already selling, right? So this could go insane. So here's an advantage that you can do. Basically, if you find digital resources within that same niche that you're selling to, for example, if you found free Spider-Man gameplay or free Spider-Man movies, or how to dress up as Spider-Man at home, or Spider-Man printable card games that you could print out on your printer at home, you could turn them into digital and work on it for a few hours. And after those few hours, you're literally printing money after that, because you could fulfill it instantly and it's digital. So that means you don't even have to tell your supplier to ship a product. So it just took you a few hours to create that digital mystery box, but they don't really know it's digital. Last part of increasing your conversion rate is email marketing. Yes, it does still work. Email marketing is huge. I paid a guy a few $1,000s just to do email marketing, and it made me way more than I actually paid him. Email marketing still works. It's basically like sending, promotional emails to customers saying, hey, pre-Christmas sale, 25% off, because they're already your customer. They already visited your website. It will increase the chances of them actually buying another product from you, or buying at all. Maybe they visited your website, but they didn't buy anything. Another example is abandoned cart emails, which just means if they add to cart your product and then they exit your website, it detects what their email was and it sends them an email. You forgot your product in the cart. Do you still want to check out? And then, believe it or not, that increases your conversion rate a lot. Another thing could be abandoned product page. Same thing, but they visit the product page and they leave. Another one could be abandoned checkout. So they come to checkout and they literally almost buy your product, but then they exit the website, and the same different email sends that it says, hey, we saw you wanting to buy our product. Here, we'll give you 5% off, and they wouldn't have bought it otherwise. But you sent them an email and you reminded them. And all of these emails should be a sequence, which means you should not only send one email, you should send multiple. So if, for example, they add to cart your product and they leave the cart and they leave your website, within let's say even 20 minutes, I would say you should send email number 1, which says, hey, you forgot something in your cart. And then within 1 day, you should send email number 2, which could be like, hey, we saw you forgot in the cart. How about we'll give you an incentive 5, 10, 20% off if you buy it right now. And then after 2 days, you should send email number 3, So this way you're keeping them in the loop, and every extra email you send, you're literally increasing your chances of them buying your product. And all of these together, I promise you, could increase your conversion rate and quadruple the amount of money you're currently making. This works and why either if you're doing Facebook ads or organic or really anything. A good app that I like using is Klaviyo, specifically for Shopify. It's basically an email marketing app that you can just set up all these campaigns. They have a lot of templates. You can use them. That's what I use just for that extra value. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I can help you make a lot of money. And this was a quick summary about everything, and have a good one.